Hi everyone. Today's subject is thoughts. uh, it's keep going in my head from last week. The reason why I'm making this video is because I noticed with my clients that, and especially last couple of years, we are more all over in the head, and that can cause problem because you literally disconnect yourself from yourself. Now, the thoughts, we can talk about, we can separate things in different categories. So our personal thoughts, they coming from our ego. Our ego is our lower self. We have higher self and lower self. So in order to, what ego believes is that has to survive. So in order to survive, ego constantly pumping different thoughts, and usually it's everything about fight or flight mode. I never say that we shouldn't have ego, because ego helping us to survive, to manage this reality. So the whole idea is that the ego should be serve you, not you should be slave to the ego. However, we have that kind of thoughts. That's my dog here, Portia. She's listening everything. She doesn't understand, but she can feel. Then we have a collective thoughts. So special group of people, even special places or countries or continents, and the end, Earth, carrying these clouds of thoughts. There is another group of thoughts. They call them egregores, which is entity create from the thoughts, and as entities they influence people on Earth. So we are bombarded 24 hours constantly with the thoughts, different kind of most of these things what's going on in our head are negatively oriented, and probably 80% of them, they are not even ours. Why am I saying that? Because I notice that people who are, let's say, empath, they can take in someone else's thoughts or energies and carrying that as their own. That's their own thoughts or feelings, and that causes loads of disruptions in their system. Then also, it's very prominent in people who are, let's say, IT business or stock market or jobs where you have to use your brain because you have to be selective, logical, and all that. But then, so you kind of open up for these things, but then you receive much more. I call that junk in your system, and that create like our body always listening what's going on around us, inside of us, and above us as a physical form, and based on that, body react. So when someone say, "Oh, my shoulders are stiff, my neck is stiff," okay, it is because you're sitting at the desk for 8 hours or 10 hours, but then in the same time you're absorbing all these things inside of you, and then body react in the way that they can't take anymore, so it start hardening. That's the word. So it has. We should be aware all the time and check ourselves. Is everything ours, or we just picked from where we are? In my case, so many times, for example, when I'm finished with work, because in my practice, loads of different people coming in, and they bring their own stuff, and then like we have a conversation now. So I notice when I'm finished with work, driving home, just suddenly some thoughts randomly start coming in. So if I'm not aware, I can go with that within and create more problems for myself. So what I'm trying to say to you, it's not easy, and it's not like, oh, okay, now I sort that and I'm never going to have a problem. Every now and again, or every day, you should check yourself, what's yours, what is not yours. And it's very important that, from your brain, you should jump into your heart, see what's going on there. And I always keep telling people, heart is the place, it is a bigger brain than what we have in our head. And we should be run by heart, but not ignore mind or brain. I hope that makes sense. Also, there is a exercise, what I always tell my clients, that they should sit with themselves, especially after the whole day work, in a quiet place, and with the breathing, try, because the energy, or what represent them, it's concentrate all, usually it's the upper body, and with the breathing they should push down through their hips, legs, and then out through the feet. So in that way, they can balance their own energy, but also they can rid of everything what's not there. There is another thing. What I'm trying to say to you is, when you are operating constantly through your mind, through your thoughts, because our intentions and our thoughts are very powerful, because we are creator of this reality. I know we are living in a matrix, but that's another subject, and we can cover that next time. If we are operating all the time through our mind and brain, and keep taking all these thoughts from around us, we actually weakening our energy body, or our aura, and that allows negative entities to come in, and again, through thoughts, influence us and literally live their life through us. So there is loads of cases where people, because they're stressed out and constantly, like for years, running all the time, through the brain, they change. Their personality change, they appearance change, that energy change, because someone at the back orchestrate the whole, what's going on with that person. So that's one of things what I'm trying to bring, on my groups, women and men groups, where people should be aware, what's there, what's not, what's the junk, what they have to rid of, and what they have to kind of embrace, what's divine. So let me know in the comment what's your thoughts about thoughts, and how you're dealing with everyday pressure, even through the social media or society where you live. Okay, see you soon. Bye.